Hello you guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we have like an in-between of a story time slash podcast episode. I'm just here to yap and tell my business, but like it comes with stories, if you get what I mean. The other in-betweens I normally have done like this were unpopular opinions, but the ones who get it are just gonna get it. So the rundown is, if you're new here, I've been single for most of my 20s, which isn't long. I know, I'm only 23, 2002 baby. But when I entered my 20s, when I entered this era, I was in a relationship with a terrible man. I think like 6 months into that, I broke free, and then I was single for super long. I think I normally say 2 years, but it was close, like a year and 10 months ish, like my whole year of being like rest of 2021. And then when I turned 22, I got into another short-term relationship that was like a couple months. And then we broke free last February. And then now I've been here over a year again. And how do I feel about that? I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, I don't care how people say that's a flex. It shows you can be alone. Being alone is peaceful. Sometimes I'm like, I don't give Can I have a little something, a little less boring, a little romance, a little something to live for? But then at the same time, a lot of times I'm like, wait, because this is actually so fun to be peaceful rather than deal with the BS, rather than be a dummy. Like, there's two sides to it. And I realized in these years I've been alone more than I've been in a relationship. And I feel like a lot of people, this is not about well, my life is like this, about I'm not that type of girl. But I'm saying I feel like a lot of people in my age demographic can't relate. Like, a lot of people are like single in their 20s, but they be having situationships. I'm sorry if I'm calling you all girl. Situationships, stuff like that, where it's like, that's basically your man. That's basically your man. You be with someone for like 6 months, but it was never a title, but it's intimate. You go on dates, blah, blah, blah. And when I tell you, my single eras are literally like dry, like the Sahara Desert, like the dunes. Like I said, broke up with somebody last February. As if the damn recording this, it's May of the next year, May 2026. In that time, I have been on one singular first date in what? That's a year and 4 months. I've really not had too many serious talking stages. I mean, it ain't serious because I ain't seen the niggas. You know what I mean? Or sometimes we fall for the out of state men. Like you guys see in my story times, but I'm just like, when I think back to like that era fresh out of high school, and for a lot of people it could be like, being in school. I was in school, like in college for a little bit after high school, but also it was during COVID. So it wasn't still the full immersed, you meet so many different people experience as a lot of other people. So sometimes I'm like, was it easier back then? But I didn't even get that because I'm a class of 2020 baby. But I thought about, and I was literally writing in my journal how I know I'm 23, I'm very, very young. A lot of people say, like, who are in their 30s or 40s are like, boy, like in those days when you were in your 20s, young, hot, like it was always back to back, new, da, da. And like that's a lot of other people's experience. And I'm like, why do I feel like I literally feel like that about when I first left high school? Like, when I first left high school, I got swooped up in a relationship like a couple months into college. Yeah, I think I started seeing someone in like November who wasn't from my school, actually. If y'all know the dating the boy who didn't like me, yeah. All right, then I was 18, 19 and got my heart broken, and I had 6 months in between the next guy, right? But I'm like, even in between that time, I remember just like, mind you, I didn't even get on the apps till I was older, till I was like 21 or 22. I don't remember. But in that 6 months, I felt like I was meeting so many guys like online. Like, and mind you, I feel like I'm still online now, or if not even more online than I was before. Like, I would have these little like talking stages in between, and then bam, I had another long-term relationship. But then since then, it's been like I said, it's been like crickets, it's been like dry, and I'm just like, still in prime though, what's going on? Like, I know like some older people will probably think I'm so annoying for saying that, but I'm like, why did it feel like it was so fast and easy and on to the next the younger I was? Like I said, I think part of it could be intelligence, part of it could just be, I don't know, the time, the algorithm. But I'm really wondering how it is now, because my stats right now are so sad. So sad, but peaceful. And I guess I'm here to tell my business and make it funny, but also comfort any other people who are also like, wait, where the hell is that? With my stats, because like, let's be FFR, like, I'm actually confused, right? So being a year single in my 20s from 22 to 23, here are my stats, and half of them are already on my YouTube in story times, but hey. So bam, when I went through my first breakup after the homeless man from last year, and if you guys are from the very ghetto Valentine's Day, that he harassed me for months. Yes, y'all know my canon event, broke man, older man, thinks he's smarter than me, man. Yeah, I feel like every girl in her 20s has to go through that one. But yeah, at 22 after that, I was really just chilling. Cause again, like, free from the shackles. Like, you know how people are like, love only gets harder. Heartbreaks, they don't get easier the more they go. I don't know if I'm just like a Scorpio or what. But baby, every heartbreak has been a breeze compared to my first one. That first one, I was losing my mind over the boy who didn't like me, like losing my mind, like I wrote the best poetry of my life, like. But when I left my abusive relationship at 20, although like it was a very hard recovering process for obvious reasons, if you guys are more interested in that, I have a healing from trauma playlist, and I talk about it a lot in my podcast episodes. But you know, before like everything sets in and abuse like dawns on you and you realize how much of a journey it is going to be to recover, like that the freedom didn't just end when you leave someone who was abusing you. But like before that set in, before my body started to catch up and have panic attacks, I was like, this is so much fun. Like, I remember crying over that man like the day after I dumped him. And then I was like, oh my God, like, I feel so regulated and calm, and someone's not always accusing me of stuff and bothering me and ruining my day. Like, I was having so much fun. And then again, last year, when I left the last man again, it was just like, whew, like, every relationship after, I'm like, my worry has gone like away. And I'm just like, I feel so cool, calm, don't have to like, you know, spend money on a partner or worry about like I was up. But like I said, that first heartbreak. And again, I always think back when you think about like love and relationships too, it's never the person that was special. Like, as to why I'm like, oh, the two heartbreaks after that weren't that bad, but I lost my mind over the first one. It's not because he was special. It's because I was young. It was my first time I experienced love. It was my first time experiencing heartbreak and like all these emotions. So of course, when it's so new and you don't know how to navigate it, it gets sticky. But like when I'm older and I realize like it's gonna get better and it's gonna get calmer, it's gonna get litter after, like I've been like, you know? So yeah, I remember I was literally chilling. I was chilling for a couple months after my last breakup last year. I got on the dating app a little bit. I think I'm staying off the app, y'all. I met this guy on the app too, but I was literally telling my live about this. If you guys ever want to catch me like in live time, sometimes I go live on my TikTok or Instagram, link down below. But how I'm like, I think I'm really sick of the dating apps because it just feels so dystopian and like objectifying sometimes and like, you know, but I was on the apps. I didn't really see much but him. When I tell you I got on the app a couple months after there and like I saw my ex on there and I also saw another ex on there, but he was all the way from high school. And ladies, this is why you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Men be lying. My ex from high school, the only boy I did in high school, I think I got a couple story times about him too, but he's pretty irrelevant. He put in his bio that he was 6 foot. That man is 5'8", 5'9". We were like the same height. Stay safe, ladies. Stay safe. I remember a couple months after, I'm on the dating apps, didn't really find anything, didn't stay on long either, because I kind of just began the ick. Like, even the dating app, like the first time I got on it, bam after bam after bam, like when I was 21, the 2 times in the past year I've downloaded it, it's not giving serious, it's not giving, you know? But I remember a couple months after, this guy who actually I connected with on a dating app before I met my ex slid in again, and you're assigned to leave that man where the he had you step at, because I got a story time on him. Still playing. That was like my first thing. I remember a couple months later, I almost fell for another long distance, out of state talking stage. And yes, I have a story time on that one too. Like I said, y'all, like half of these are already story times. The male audacity just writes itself, right? So that's what it was giving. Like it was giving nothing, but I was having fun, not having to worry about a brokey, look out for him and stuff like that. And then like we moved on to September, where I finally went on a date for the first time, which was another story. Yeah. And it was a great, amazing day. It really got me like back in the mood, like excited for some new, excited to like feel again. And then he ruined it like 2 days later. And I was like, oh, right? So yeah, literally haven't been on a date since last year. That's what I'm saying. This is how dry my stats are, girl, boy, non-binary person. If your life is literally given the same thing, it's okay, because I don't know what is in these dating waters right now. Everybody wants something real and blah blah blah, but they don't. They really don't, right? I started off this year so strong, okay? I remember this guy slid in my DMs, because here's the thing too, where I say it's dry. Like, I feel like a lot of women can relate to this. People will be like, but I'm in your DMs or whatever when you say stuff like that. Yes, there's people in the DMs, but is it who you want? And also, especially me being someone who posts content and who gets across a lot of feeds, a lot of y'all don't even be in California. Like, babe, I can't fall for another out of stage talking stage. It's not happening. But again, a lot of them, if you find enough in out of state, obviously, I'm an answer. But I can't. So I remember this guy slid in. He was in California. He lived like over an hour from me. Like, a lot of men are just so weird. He was up my ass for like 2 hours, responding quick. We were just chatting. Then all of a sudden he just stopped talking to me. Like, he just didn't say anything. It was night. I'm like, maybe he went to sleep. Next day he was posting, didn't say anything. So I was like, but you're weird. You're weird. You're weird. Y'all know the 2 C's with me: communication and consistency, or so be it. So I remember I just unfollowed him because I'm like, oh baby, you're weird. Right? Like, and I'm not saying that like the conversation was just about nothing too. It was literally given like, I want you, like, oh, you don't even live that far away. Like, how often you come out here? I've been like, it was given that, and then you just want to say nothing. So I unfollowed him because not today. I remember like a month later, this is like January and February, he said something. I had a message. It was from him, right? He was like, oh my God, I didn't even notice it's been so long. But anyway, like, how you been? What you been up to? Like, hang soon? A month later, you trying to pick up where you left off talking about, I don't know how much time has passed. I didn't even notice. He been posting and all that. You know what I did? I started the year so strong. Blocked. Blocked! Seriously, don't play with me. Like I said, at this point, I hadn't even followed him back, but it just came up because we had already been talking. You're blocked. Talk about, I didn't even notice it's been that long. Hey, how are you? You're blocked. Immediately. Okay? Also in the past year, like I don't remember these exact timelines, but I think I got 3 story times about 3 different who had me messed up. One out of state, bae. One just trifling dating that man, and then one guy who I actually went on a couple dates with, like when I was 20, like yeah, like after my breakup before that. Why? Like I don't understand why they think time passing is like oh, she would want me again. I remember a guy who did me so dirty, who I went on a couple dates with, slid in on my new Instagram. Because again, these men be blocked, but if you guys know the Instagram that I post, it's one I made within the new year. He slid and said something, he got blocked. The trifling dating app man randomly tried to follow me on TikTok, then unfollowed me when he realized I was gonna follow him back. And then this year, I remember a weird out of state guy followed me and was like, a long time no see, and then again unsent it and unfollowed me when he realized I wasn't saying nothing back. Like, this is why I literally have a podcast episode called, I think, like the power of silence. Like, I literally encourage everyone, do not take the bait. Like, it's so hard to get a reaction or a response out of me these days because they be trying, like they be trying, thinking time passing is gonna do nothing. Yeah, humble them, humble them. I don't know how I almost forgot. What's up, Sully? How I almost fell for another long distance out of state again in between that time. A freaky Philly librarian who was trying to convince me that he was really trying to move to California anyway, so it'd be no big deal. But then he was one of those people that still loves their. How did I leave that one out? I never thought about telling that one as a story time because I didn't think it was that interesting. But anytime I be telling these stories out loud, I realize how trifling it is. So I guess let me know if y'all want the Philly librarian. Anyway, my dating life is so boring. Like, this was the most exciting part about this year. As someone who ain't been on a date, ain't had a real talking stage, did anybody see Yumi and Tuscany? Such a cute movie. It didn't really do good in theaters. I had to watch it, go support my girl Halle Bailey, black rom-com. I thought it was a cute movie. That was like, yeah, it didn't come out too long ago, but I know it's not in theaters. If you guys know the premise, she falls in love with this international out of the country guy. Okay. Why the day after I saw that movie, and let me not speak too much. Let me not speak too much and like ruin our chances. I had this international mutual. But mind you, we had been mutuals for so long, like at least 6 months. But we just never spoke. It was always like story hearting wars, like heart my story, heart everything, heart, and I would always just be like, because my life is so boring. So anytime like my eye candy, like, the day after I watched a story about a girl falling for a out of the country man, why did he slide in my DMs? Y'all, the way I was geeked, like, how is this gonna happen from California to all the way to another country, baby? I don't even have my passport. I had a passport. I've left the country one time when I was 10. Pretty sure it's expired by now. He slid in. When I say this man is fine, I've been seeing a lot of fine out of the country men too. I'm like, is this a sign? I was like, this is literally a sign because I just watched a black rom-com movie about an out-of-state fine man and combination of cultures across the black diaspora, and now he's sliding in and like this is a sign. This is a sign. This is. But anyway, I mean, it was just like a couple conversations because he's out of the country. Like, oh, if you ever in my country, hit me up. I'd love to show you around. I mean it. Okay, if I ever come back to your city, like of course I'd love to. It was kind of one of those like a couple conversations. But let me not ruin it for myself. But I was geeked. That was the most exciting thing about this year. I said Yumi and Tuscany is literally a sign that he's gonna be my man, but I guess we'll have to see. Let me stop because I think literally last month this happened. Again, I don't Ask me why I respond to this man. I won't give you an answer. Actually, you know what? In almost all my story times, when I say something to people, I really just be trying to get a last little like, if you talking about something, come talk about it. If you're not, then you're not. Like, what's up? Like, I remember the only guy I went on a date with in this past year. I remember I caught him watching my story. Because I didn't block this man. I just unfollowed him. Like, he was annoying, but he didn't make me mad enough. If you guys watch the story of the he did this after the date, like, he was trifling and annoying, but it wasn't like a disrespect, like mad, like, oh, I'm coming for you type of, like to me, it was kind of just like, I could unfollow you, not block you. When I saw this recently, I don't know, like last month, this is not the first time I've seen him stalking me. I've seen him watch my story at least 1 or 2 times before this, but I always just ignored it. And I don't know why, something was in the air. I just sent it to my bestie and I was like, why do I just feel like asking him, like, what are you doing here? Who are you? Who sent you? And my bestie doesn't play. She's not laughing or hee-hee-hawing of anyone coming back because she feels like anyone who messed up the first time. And I be feeling the same way. But like, again, this was like, I feel like one of the only talking stages or whatever where I'm like, it wasn't that bad or that trifling, but also it's still. So I was like, I'm gonna just play it off in the like flirty way. Like, what do you want? Because you keep stalking me. And if you watch that story time, he's the reason we're not talking anymore. I didn't even call that shot. Okay. And I was just, I almost said his real name. What did I call him? I'm going to call him Cap because he was a Capricorn. I was like, Capricorn, what are you doing here? Like, I just slid in the DMs and said that because, like I said, he was watching my story. And he was like, oh, like, I didn't even think you'd notice, like, kind of embarrassed. But he was like, oh, you just popped up on my feed. And I was, like, wondering what you were up to. Like, hope you were doing well. Again, just giving nothing. Giving nothing. So it's like, either I'm just going to leave this on red or I'm going to say just, like, I'm just going to be real dry. Because, okay, give me nothing. When a baddie you fumbles comes and says, what are you doing here? And you messed it up. You say you're here to make it right and come outside my house with a boombox and never let me go again. You don't say you was just wondering what I was up to. I hate how my imagination be trying to give these men too much credit. So all I responded was just like, oh, okay. I was like, I know he was hurt that I said, I hope you're not doing well too. Because I don't hope you're doing well, like I said, unless you're pulling up with a boombox. And I remember he replied and he was like, yeah, I was looking through your page though. Like, you still look real good. Like, no shocker there. Because I was like, he's either going to leave me on red or probably just say something else that gives nothing. Like, obviously that's giving like, oh, but what's up with you though? But say it with your chest. I literally just responded like, oh, thanks, but how I look doesn't matter when you are the reason things ended. Clock it. Because you know how men be making memes about that too. How they're like, girl, stop posting selfies. I never said you were ugly. You're just crazy. Yeah, because why does how fine I looked, 6 months ago? No, probably like 8 months ago. And how I look now, locks longer, skin glowing. I'm like, why does that matter if you're not over here trying to say you never want to lose me? And I remember he was just like, LOL, got me there. And I left him on red. And he did not chase me. I'm a Scorpio. I can't do this. You can't walk, jog. You need to chase. Or get the fuck off my page. And I was just like, they always come back and give nothing. Like, I don't regret saying something because I just want to know what's up. But I'm like, never expect anything. Never expect it. But yeah, guys, my 20s stats are looking like came in a relationship, another relationship, so 1.5 relationships, a couple first dates, a couple, downloading dating apps and stuff. Very dry, very boring. And you know what? I think back again to the time where I feel like when I was younger, it was just so easy for me to get a new nigga. Like, I remember when I was with the guy I came into my 20s with and the guy at 18, I'm like, relationship summers, like before they start trying you and like stuff gets I was like, we're actually so fun. Like, And I'm like, it's been how many years since I've been in a summer? Wait, literally, hold on. The last time I was in a summer relationship was 2022. It's been 4 years of single summers, and everybody says it's exciting. But as a girl who stays in the house, I go outside like every 6 months. Summer relationships are actually so fun. Like, I wish I had a free bag of chips. And also showing the stats like comfort to anybody else who has some sorry stats too, but especially to women. This is also a thing I hate on the internet when people say like it sounds desperate or it sounds like this to want to relate, or it sounds embarrassing. No. Like, we're humans, we want human connection. There is different types of connection. Oh, just love yourself. Just you have family, you have friends. Yes. There's a different type of connection when you're in a relationship. Like, stop lying and trying to be like, oh, you just need to. No. Like, it is completely okay to want that and to want to be wanted as long as it's someone healthy and someone who wants it back. Which is why my stats have been so sorry. But I don't know. Maybe someone from Southern California who's like fine, tall, black, handsome, loyal, respects women, funny, is watching this video. Just kidding, I don't know, but or maybe you guys will see me pop out with someone out of the country. I don't know. Let me stop being delusional. But thank you guys for watching another video. I hope it made you giggle. It gave you some comfort. Because we're out here. And to all the people who are in healthy relationships with people who love them, also like, comment and share your experience. Because again, I'm so tired of seeing all the negative and all the what you shouldn't do and you shouldn't want this. Love is beautiful. Having a family is beautiful. Like, I'm not falling for that propaganda in my generation where it's like, never get married, never have kids, because yes, there's some problems now, but the world is also ever changing. I'm a fall in love and have a family one day. I don't get what you guys. Okay, don't forget to hype this video, hit that like button down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.